welcome to The Tonight Show. Thank you very much. Well, guys, I want to say congrats to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on winning Super Bowl 55. What a weekend for the people of Tampa. 48 hours of nonstop drinking and partying in the streets, and then the Super Bowl. Yeah, they partied hard in Tampa. One girl was so drunk she made out with the Vince Lombardi hologram. That's right, Tampa Bay blew out the Kansas City Chiefs. The final score was Chiefs 9, Bucks 31, Paramount Plus commercials 12,000. Yep, the game was over pretty early for the people of Tampa. That was a great night. For the rest of the country, it was a ZzzQuil injection. Yeah, but it wasn't the most suspenseful game. The most exciting part of the night was Bruce Springsteen wandering around a town in Kansas. At a certain point, even Buccaneers fans were like, just end the game so we can get to Queen Latifah. Come on, that show looks good. It's a good show, by the way. Yeah. Seriously, the game was such a dud, I watched it from home and I still left early to beat traffic. But the big story, of course, is that Tom Brady won his 7th championship and 5th Super Bowl MVP. Can we see Tom Brady after the game? Yeah. He just played 4 hours of football, and he looks like he's about to go to a wedding. Yep, Brady has cemented his place on the sports Mount Rushmore alongside Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, and that fan who took a home run ball to the chest to save his beers. That guy's a Bud Light legend right there. Meanwhile, last night's game was tough to watch for Patriots fans. Right now, there are 2-year-olds in Boston going, when will this championship drought end? Yep, today in Boston, fans are happy for Brady, but sad that he left the Patriots, which probably explains Sam Adams' new beer, Sam Adams Bittersweet Tears. Bittersweet Tears. Of course, Tom Brady's longtime teammate Rob Gronkowski also had a great game, scoring the first 2 touchdowns and winning his 4th Super Bowl. Yep, Gronk scored 2 touchdowns in the first half. He would have had more, but he spent the whole second half stuck in the Weeknd's House of Mirrors. Yeah, a lot of people were talking about the Weeknd's halftime performance. In case you missed it, grab a Dramamine and enjoy. Okay. Well, if anyone's missed the feeling of being drunk on a cruise, this was a nice walk down memory lane. Yet the Weeknd performed inside a gold House of Mirrors. You know, I've never been to Mar-a-Lago, but... Meanwhile, I read that over 16 million Americans were expected to miss work today because of the Super Bowl. 16 million. Tariq, do you believe that?
That's crazy.
Tariq, something different about you today?
That's crazy.
Maybe you went a little hard watching the game last night.
That's crazy.
Or maybe you got this giant cutout of yourself and just pre-recorded yourself saying something vague like, ha ha ha, that's crazy, and skipped work today.
That's crazy.
Let's just move on. Well, before kickoff, President Biden was interviewed on CBS, and he talked about how he used to dream about playing in the NFL, but the position he mentioned sounded a little dated. Watch this.
So many people may not know that you were once a pretty good receiver yourself back in the day.
I had wild dreams. It wasn't to be president. I thought I could be a flanker back in the NFL.
Flanker back? Kind of crazy that our new president is older than the forward pass, isn't that wild? Even the Vince Lombardi hologram was like, how old is this guy? Biden was like, just like every kid, I wanted to be a flanker back for the NFL's top team, the Delaware Dirt Devils. Under Coach Pepe LaGrane. He had 1 arm and 3 nipples. Get this, I heard that in Russia they're offering free ice cream as an incentive to get a COVID-19 vaccine. Yeah, that's what everyone in Russia wants in February. Ice cream. Putin even came up with a catchy jingle for it. I scream, you scream, we all scream because I poison your underpants. What did you say? Well, this is fun. Serving the ice cream is the Russian version of Ben and Jerry, Bogdan and Yuri. Officials are like, it's fresh, it comes from milk of bears. Some TV news. Well, guys, after being named in a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit for spreading false claims of election fraud, Fox Business has canceled Lou Dobbs tonight. You know, there's a clip that we like to show sometimes where Lou Dobbs mispronounces the name of a Mexican town. Here, take a look.
The caravan of mostly Central American immigrants is now in the Mexican city of Oaxaca.
That's right. Well, out of respect, we will no longer show that clip on The Tonight Show. We're retiring it. But just in case you forgot which clip I'm talking about, here it is one more time.
The Mexican city of Oaxaca.
To clarify, we will not show this clip on our show anymore.
Oaxaca.
That's right. We will never show that clip again. That clip being...
The Mexican city of Oaxaca.
Farewell, Lou Dobbs. We hardly knew ye. And finally, I heard about a Massachusetts man who got some interesting news at the hospital. Listen to this.
A Massachusetts man who suddenly woke up struggling to breathe was stunned when doctors told him he had swallowed one of his AirPods in his sleep.
He only realized it when his stomach started singing driver's license. He also had a tough time hearing because of the 2 Tic Tacs shoved in his ears. We have a great show.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on.